Hello and welcome to Tawny Park here at the Chris Harrison Cup. We have our first semifinal game of Championship Sunday. Two teams, 2-0 in their first 2 days here at Tawny Park. Dance Bombs versus Rake Boss. Two captains, Derek Whitworth and Brendan Sullivan. Fresh faces, young guys who have found a way to win 2 quick games in this tournament and want to win one more for a chance to go to the championship game. Shane, what do you think about both of these teams and their path?
I think, what's so spectacular about both of these teams is they have 2 great pitchers. Dance Bombs with Jacob Stinson and Derek Whitworth, 2 young arms, 2 developing arms that have just continually grown throughout this tournament. And then you have hard-throwing sinker ball pitcher Jake Gebb and arguably the best pitcher in this league, Brendan O'Sullivan, as their ace. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Whoever can bat is most likely the victor.
And we are going to get going here with Jake Gebb starting on the carpet for Rake Boss, and Jacob Stinson will be leading off for Dance Bombs. So let's get right into the game here at 3:34 p.m. Tawny Park in Pleasant, California.
Now, contrary to popular belief, the left-handed sinker to the left-handed hitter is actually an easier pitch to hit, but Jacob unfortunately swings and misses at a pitch to hit him.
It's fancy how Gebb only is a 1-pitch pony, but it's such an effective pitch that has such great drop and cut on it. It's very difficult to find your barrel and consistently get really through the ball.
Especially as a secondary pitcher. There's foul 1 and then Derek strikes out. But as a secondary pitcher, to have a dominant 1 pitch, if you're only going to throw 1 or 2 innings, that's all you really need. And it's great to see Jake Gebb just command the zone with that sinker pitch. Holgrimson walks on ball 5.
Swing and a miss for 2 strikes, outside corner there, another good drop ball. And that's 3, and that ends the first half of the inning with 1 walk, but 3 Ks for Jake Gebb getting out of that. 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the first.
Now Derek Whitworth on the mound, he's going to start. He's also a sinker ball pitcher, very similar to Jake Gebb, but from the right side.
Look at him, he's just winning games.
As a wiffle ball player, being an athlete is incredible as he takes ball 5 and, for his lack of experience, he makes up for in athleticism.
Brendan Sullivan, Derek Whitworth, former teammates of Astastic. That's a base knock. Out at first, but Cannon goes to third. Wow, what a play, Derek. He makes a good snag. Just gets Sullivan out at first, but Cannon's smart base running makes it all the way to third base.
Now that's also great coverage by Holgrimson. Very alert, knows where to go with covering the base.
You can kind of tell by Derek, just the way he's throwing it. He is kind of aiming in some sense. I think maybe because he's facing Goldhawk, but we'll see what he can do right here. And he takes the 3 strikes.
I think in this first inning, he knows his stuff's good enough to just kind of play around with, try and hit the zone early, and then he'll power up later in this game. It's tough to pull that trigger.
It's also hard to get that barrel through. You're really jammed.
Yeah. Gebb takes ball 5 and earns first base. Runners at first and third with 2 outs.
Payoff pitch right here. Okay, and that ends the first inning with a looking strike 3, 0-0 as we head to the top of the second. Bashir, you are a current student at Los Positas College. You are a Amador Valley alum, great friend of Patrick Gallagher and other players in this league.
Mm-hmm.
First time out here watching AVWL League. What do you got to say?
Seems like a really good environment. I really love. I'm new to wiffle ball. I've never really watched it before, but it looks really fun. And it looks like you guys have a good time.
And as we had that great conversation with Bashir, Derek Woodworth got a base knock off Gebb, and there's 1 out. Again, just consistently throwing that drop ball, Shane.
Brendan O'Sullivan keeping Jake Gebb in, even though his inning of work is completed. I believe that if Jake Gebb gets into trouble here, he'll pull him. But as long as he's grooving, he'll keep him in.
And that is another strikeout. 2 strikes now, full count for David Florio with Stinson on deck and the full count pitch. Ball low. And that first and second with 2 outs. Jacob Stinson, leadoff hitter, coming up. And Brandon O'Sullivan is coming into the game. We need some lamb chops in this press box.
I know. We don't have any catering for this fucking league.
No, this is stupid. What's the budget, Kamish? And K's him up. Sorry to interrupt, Shane, but this is a crucial point. And he gets out of that first and second jam. And that's 3 outs. And we head to the bottom of the second now. Brenda Sullivan clutching it up. We all have our own irritants. We all have our own personalities.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what makes us unique, right? And Sullivan leads off the inning with a walk, off Jacob Stinson. Jacob Stinson, very consistent around the zone, throws about 3 pitches, kind of throws like a 2-seam, a riser, and a drop ball.
Not one of the better culture guys, I gotta say.
No.
There's that riser that he features when he gets ahead and counts. That's a great execution by Jacob Stinson. Let's see how he faces Jacob.
There's a lot of guys in this league where they're just so intricate, and without them just playing and being here, it would just take a little air out of the whole team, the whole organization. And that's a walk for Jacob Stinson, first and second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the second, And the payoff pitch. Strike 3, and he throws that drop ball. There you go, Shane.
There you go.
He definitely has a couple pitches he likes to throw early in the count and some when he's ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. Stinson once again ahead in the count. Strike 3. The interesting thing with Stinson is he shows his pitches, which I don't know if he understands that or not.
I don't know if he recognizes or if anybody has told him that he's been tipping his pitches, but he's been effective, so maybe just don't mess with it.
And we did the top of the third here. Jake Gebb back on the carpet, trusting his second guy. Something you don't see from anyone else in this league, really.
Definitely not Shane Cancella.
No.
He's a big proponent of ball in the hand.
Well, that's a base hit. Safe at first. Almost got him out, but Derek Whitworth runs it out. Good play, actually, by Goldhawk running over there. And Sullivan pulls him right away, so very short leash on Gebb.
Yes.
Very short leash on Gebb, as he should. We're back into the game here. Matt Holmgren with a walk, and Dylan Flory with a K. We have 1 out here, runners on first and second for leadoff batter Jacob Stinson.
And I'm proud of him. Grew up with him, and I think he could probably do that in this wiffle ball league, despite him K'ing right there.
And he K's that right there to end.
Second.
2 outs, And that's a walk to load the bases with 2 outs. Derek Woodworth finds a base. Again, Derek Woodworth just doing his thing at the plate, finding a way to get on. And there's 2 outs for Matt Holmgren. Matt, who hasn't really had the shining moment to kind of, again, cement himself into this league, has been pretty ghost-like, but here is his chance. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch here, 2 outs.
Yep.
And he nicks that zone just by a hair, looking, and that ends the top of the third.
Goldhawk consistently checking his phone. Perhaps a game going on.
He's watching the A's game, I believe. 4 balls, no strikes. And that's a walk for Anthony Goldhawk to lead off this Rake Boss team for Jake Gebb now, trying to, again, cement himself as a hitter. And that's 2-2 count. No outs here. Slider hits that top outside corner. Perfect placement, really. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's a K. Great drop ball.
He's right on that pitch.
Yeah, he sees it too.
It's just a matter of time.
And slider again. Base hit up the middle. Caught by Florio. Wow. A good smack. And that's 3 outs.
He saw that riser coming in, and
Yeah,
you know,
he sees
unfortunately, just dove into his hands a little too much and just cuffed him enough for David Flory to make a catch.
And the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, caught looking. After 3 straight balls, Sullivan throws 3 straight strikes to retire Florio in the first out of the 4th inning. 2 balls, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throws that riser, and he K's him. Great spot placement, right in that hole of Stinson.
I don't think anybody's going to hit that pitch, especially left-hander.
No, it's tough. And that retires the side of the top of the 4th with a K from Derek Whitworth.
But in regards to PYB, that stands for Pleasanton Youth Basketball. Bashir, I think, is 19 years old, so quite a stretch of the word youth there in that PYB.
More or less. And 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, 1 out here for Dance Bombs. Just inside, sorry, excuse me, full count. And that was a walk for Jake Gebb. We headed to the top of the order, Cannon Dope now coming back up to the plate. Hitless today. And that was a nice K by Stinson on Cannon. We have 2 outs for Brendan O'Sullivan come to the plate. We're very grateful and blessed for this summer, and we can't wait to see how this tournament ends. And speaking of ending there, Stinson ends the 4th inning with a strikeout on Brendan O'Sullivan, and we head to the top of the 5th, 0-0 still. Trevor Jackson has finally arrived. Actually, let's bring on a cousin of mine, and that's a fly out there. Drew. We were speaking about pork chops earlier. Medium rare.
It was medium rare.
Medium
I
rare.
just kind of on meats like that, I just have to tell them just chef's choice because I don't, just however they suggest it.
Interesting. Yeah, no problem. We love our fans and we love lamb.
For sure.
Rack of lamb. Everyone loves a good rack.
Yep. And speaking of lamb, Lamb of God. I'm just kidding. And that
Fantastic segues.
And that ends the top of the 5th.
Maybe, hopefully in this race.
Ideally.
This time, yes, ideally. That would be ideal.
Well, Trevor, I am very impressed with your courage to just come back here and just show a face.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of courage just to be here.
I wouldn't have come back.
No, Shane probably would be dead by now.
Yeah.
But good luck to you and the rest of your journey, and hope we love great stories and comeback stories.
White.
And thank you so much, Trevor.
Yes.
And that's a walk from Jake Gebb.
Good.
Runner at first, 1 out for Cannon Dope. Bottom of the 5th. They definitely have the pitching edge. And Goldhawks coming up now, 2 outs for this Rake Boss squad. 2 outs, bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th. Derek Woodworth come back in the game. Yep, and that GoPro is not in any way facing the field. He has a base hit up the middle. Save at home, and that's a run. A little controversy right now. This could be really bad.
Well, the rule is that if it doesn't go beyond the line, no matter who touches it, it's an auto out, and that creates a dead ball. Unfortunately, the GoPro was slanted at the time of the play.
Base knock from Jake Gebb, a little controversial, but I think everyone knew right away it was a run scored until moments after Derek said something, but I think it was a run all the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Cannon Dope. The bottom of the 5th here at Tawny Park. And that ends the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th, 1-0. Dance Bomb's last chance. And there's 4 balls, 1 strikes. Well, let's see what happens here. And that's a ball 5. He got away with that. Very lucky for Holgrimson. That's 4 balls, 1 strike. Little peanut gallery there from Madeline, from Goldhawk. And that's a walk. No outs. 1st and 2nd, and the top of the 6th, and the top of the order coming up. This is the best chance for Dance Bombs they'll get all day. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All drops. Let's see if he changes it up. Oh, another drop right here. Strike 3. You could see that pitch. Sullivan was tipping it, but Stinny, I just don't think Stinny can recognize that. I think he could transcend his game if he does. And that's a 2-2 count now. He's pumped, ready to go. Strike 3. 2 outs. 1 more out to send Rake Boss into the championship game. But, of course, it's a lot nicer to rest your arm and whatnot.
I completely forgot about that.
And that ends the game. Rake Boss takes the victory, 1-0. A clutch, stellar performance from Brendan O'Sullivan, and a crucial base knock from Jake Gebb to score the run in the 5th inning. We end this game at a 1-0 match. Congratulations, Rake Boss. And Dance Bombs will now be heading to the losers bracket semifinal in just a moment. With that being the game, we want to thank Patrick and Shane for the commentary. And as you see, we've got Dance Bombs heading down to the losers bracket to face the winner of Huck Dynasty and the Amazing Ace. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, all that jazz. All right, peace.